Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Shit Guys Talk About. I got my man, the Manic Genius, looking like he's selling bad insurance out here. I got CLS on here, and I got Sagacious Taj online. So before we jump into the topics, man, how's everybody doing?
Yeah, so
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
All right, Manic, what's up, man? What you what's going on in your life? Why you all dressed up? What's going on out here? What you doing?
Oh man, and every once in a while you got to make an appearance. And, I had some early morning meetings, so I came to.
So
the
you still
office,
doing that Ponzi scheme?
he said he fresh to death.
You still out here doing those Ponzi schemes?
They look fresh.
Selling bad financial advice.
You getting your Bernie Madoff on and stuff?
Yeah, you know how I get down. I gotta take all the bread.
He looked like his credit score high as fuck. We got a job with motherfucking full benefits. High end.
Do those shades come with the tire?
Oh no. These are actually cheap shades.
Oh, okay. Man, you're supposed to lie. You're supposed to be like, man, these are make up some like Italian name. These are Benelli's or something. You can't be just saying they cheap on the live.
Okay, like I don't do the expensive shades. Actually, I'm probably gonna buy my first pair of expensive shades. Yeah.
You know you got like a little kid face, man. I remember you was trying on them shades, man. You got to wear like a preschooler shades and stuff. The ones that come with like a Happy Meal and shit.
Man, it's my head shape, man. It's the head shape.
Yeah, you got an awkward ass head. Now that I'm looking at it, you look like a mixture of like Earthworm Jim and like an alien, like E.T.
That's fucked up.
I'm just messing with you. That's fucked up. Hey, but real quick, before we jump into our main topics for the show, I did want to talk about. I know Manic, you sent me that clip of the Alabama riverboat brawl. I wanted to get your guys' take on that whole situation. I know that's popping. I done watched that like 3 times, man.
I just saw it today. Somebody sent it to me yesterday. Somebody sent it to me yesterday. I just watched it today, this morning.
Taj, did you also watch it?
You know I watched it, man.
Yeah, he was just they said he was
Taj had a like Black Power emblem on and shit.
Man, you already know.
He was
all
just
my
doing
people now. You know what I'm saying?
The dude was just doing his job. The guy that was trying to dock the boat was just doing his job. He worked there, like security or something.
Yeah.
Then he got jumped by like I was like white men, white women. It was like the good boys or some shit. And then the 16-year-old kid, he actually swam across, from the other side.
Yeah, my man was like Michael Phelps. My man looked like a Olympic swimmer.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a coworker though. He was just like, man, I'm just trying to be there for my coworker. You know what I mean? And then the rest of them came to help him. Yeah, that was cool though, man.
Oh, wow,
that was beautiful, man.
They came out there, bitch, like there was like the Black Avengers, yo, for real.
Hell yeah,
they were.
Hey.
That cat that swam, man. He should get a holiday down there.
Yeah, the kid's 16, yo. He's 16. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, all you punks just sitting around watching. He was like, man, let me get my lap on. Let me get this Michael Phelps on. My man should have got like a gold medal, in the Black Olympics. We need to.
Yeah.
What was you saying, Manic, though?
I was just gonna say, black people can swim. Don't sleep on them.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was dispelling all myths out there that day.
Not too many city kids can swim though, because they don't have access to a pool. So if you're talking about city kids, a lot of them can't swim because they don't, they didn't grow up, having access to a pool like a YMCA or something. You know what I mean?
He saw his man was in need, man. He didn't give a damn about none of that.
Nah. So do y'all feel like they were justified for that whole situation? Because I was listening around on YouTube and a lot of people had different points. Like, nah, they shouldn't have all done that. And then a lot of people, of course, was like they were justified for like jumping in.
Yeah. I think what's the saying of fuck around and find out.
Hell yeah.
So it's like definitely the dude was doing his job. He should have never got jumped.
Yeah,
he should have never been in that situation. Like it was a one-on-one fight. Yeah, they should have just let it rock. But as soon as the other dude jumped in and they start stomping him, it's just like hey. So it's just like you have to.
It was women too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was men and women, dude. Yeah.
When you do actions, you have to accept what consequences come with that action. And it's just like I'm so glad nobody had any guns because this is exactly why you don't need guns. Because in that type of situation, if there were guns involved, somebody would have lost their life. Just out of pure fear. And it probably would have been on, the other side. Like just I was defending myself. It's like, no, just take that ass whooping. Like You called for it. You thought you were going to dish it out, and it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to do. So it's like, two wrongs don't make a right, but they do make.
My man froze up.
He froze
mid talking shit. No, you good now. You back.
He sounded like you about to say 3 lefts make a circle.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. That's what I was trying to get. Two wrongs don't make a right, but 2 wrongs make an even.
So let me ask y'all a question. What would y'all have done if y'all was over there and y'all was witnessing that? Would y'all have like partake in the festivities?
Would have helped him.
Yeah, man. Because sure.
I believe in a fair one. I believe in a fair fight. We don't need guns and knives and all that shit. Nothing wrong with a fair one.
Yeah. On the record, I would have been exactly as I am, a law-abiding citizen, and I would have called for, police.
You said on record though. So what would behind the scenes Manic? What would he do?
Hey.
But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the topic. I definitely wanted to get y'all take because I had the same sentiments. I'm like, I am glad that it was like a good old fashioned ass whooping. I think, nowadays, I think a lot of people feel like I see a lot of that entitlement where they think they could go around doing whatever they want to. And what people got to realize, man, with freedom of speech, there's also freedom of response. People ain't going to tolerate your shit. And it's just like, man, if you do kind of step out of line, you got to be like Manic was kind of outlining. There's some repercussions to your actions. And I think, a lot of times people think they could do whatever they want to. And it's like, man, people are getting a little less tolerant of people's bullshit. So I do like what you guys said. Go ahead, Tosh.
Okay. My thing wasn't even really about the ass whooping for real. Like, what was beautiful for me was just like for the first time in a while, I'm seeing black people come, protecting one another instead of like just allowing that shit to happen. You know what I mean? Sitting back, staying silent. The ass whooping was great, yeah. But at the same time, that was just heartwarming. You seen this man in need, he getting jumped on. Instead of whipping out your phone, first chance you get, you jump into action. Chill, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Hope I got the lizard. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
Hey, the phones are whipped out. We had every angle. I said the phones were already whipped out. We had every angle.
Yeah, they had the hood chick narrating the whole thing.
Yeah. Even Marlon. You hear what Marlon Wayne said about it? That situation. They were grilling his ass.
Man, fuck.
What'd he say about it?
Yeah.
What was his?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's crazy because he stays silent when it comes down to all this other shit.
Yeah, he made it seem like his comment made it seem like he was kind of downplaying it a little, talking about instead of encouraging violence, we should be encouraging love or some bullshit. I was like, this man. I couldn't believe it. I was like, Marlon? Really? He just made a video. Remember not too long ago he made that video about what happened with him at Delta Airlines? That shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think it happened maybe last month or something. Yeah. But he didn't even give us the full story. He just gave us his part, like how they did something to him. They delayed his flight or put him off a flight or something. Something happened. And
he should have stayed quiet on that one.
But he's not supporting us. Yeah. He should have.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But Taj, I see you got the iguana out, man. What's the iguana's name?
Yeah, this is crucial, everybody. I wanted to give him some free time. He's been up in his tree for the longest time, so I just wanted to give him a chance to stretch out his legs with me.
Does he bite at all or anything?
When he's pissed off, he'll tail whip a few times, but he prefers not to be bothered unless he's doing this, just chilling.
Oh, okay.
That's what he wants to do, so that's what he's doing right now.
See, Taj, we're cool, but in some weird way, I want that iguana to bite you or something on the live, man, just so I can get a little chuckle. I don't want him to kill you or nothing, but just attack you a little bit.
I'm the alpha in this tribe, man. Ain't nobody but me. I'm good.
But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. And
is iguana on your head?
Yeah, it's on his head. You don't see it? See, it's some cheap shades, man. That's what.
The screen is so small.
Yeah, I just saw
the screen is so small because I'm on my phone. I just see something green. Oh, okay, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big ass iguana.
Yeah, I know, right? That look like a Mondo dragon or something.
He's not an adult yet either. He said 4 more years till he's an adult.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, wow.
But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So the first topic that I had, the main one is, did Will and Jada Pinkett Smith negatively impact her family? And just to give you guys some context, this is going back to, the whole entanglement situation with, Jada Pinkett and August Alsina, the whole Will slapping Chris Rock thing. And then Will Smith recently came out on Kevin Hart's podcast and said that he thinks that they did impact their kids because they pushed them to fame early. So the kids kind of, I think, pushed back at them and, kind of acted out on that because they didn't really want fame. So he was speaking about that. And then also recently, Jada Smith, he was at a convention down in Denver about psychedelic science. And he kind of spoke out about his mom introducing psychedelics to the family and stuff like that. So when you kind of look at that stuff holistically, I want to get your guys' take on how they impacted the family. And Manic, I'll kind of go to you first on this because you were the one that kind of introduced the topic to me.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah. You sent me the article on that.
Yeah. I seen the article about him saying that his mom introduced him to psychedelics. Like, I mean, that's pretty insane. It's pretty out there. I mean, I know parents do it because there's just some crazy people out there. But I think somebody with those level of resources and I mean, just wouldn't do something so detrimental. And I mean, you can kind of see in their children's lives, like you can't control what your kids do, but damn, out of all the celebrity kids, I would rather have those would probably be the last two on my list. There's just a lot of turmoil and confusion and not to say that they're not talented, because I think both of the kids are pretty talented, especially with the level of resources that they have. But damn, you can't ignore the facts that, I mean, my man be looking so confused in life, like his direction, what he wants out of life, like what he's doing. And I can't knock him too hard because he's still out here getting money. He's still capitalizing. He could be a drug addict, out here strung out somewhere. So I don't know too much about the sister or what she gets into, but yeah, I definitely think that, when you're raising kids, you're supposed to protect them. And introducing them to, certain things is, especially drugs, that's a huge no-no for me. So I don't get it. But then again, I don't, I grew up in a more traditional family where there wasn't entanglements, made publicly and, levels of disrespect that any normal man would leave. So I think it's just a toxic environment. When you raise kids in a toxic environment, you just have to deal with the repercussions that come with that. And I mean, at the end of the day, Will Smith has one, I guess, normal kid, the one that's not belong with Jada.
Yeah, Trey. Trey, that's the oldest son from his first wife.
Yeah, that's the one that
that dude look normal. That dude look normal.
Yeah.
Look like a normal dude.
Yeah, Trey's like, look, I only going over there on the weekends or something. I can't be kicking it with them, so I gotta keep my sanity. So let me get CLS. Let me get your take on this. Do you think they had a negative impact on their family? Based on all these stuff that been coming out lately with them.
I was just gonna add on to what Manic said. Yeah, you could tell those are just different parenting methods. Like with Jada and Will's first wife, just different parenting methods. You could tell, and the first son probably spent most of his life with the mother, and not living with Will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought as far as I guess Jaden and Willow, I thought maybe I wasn't aware of that situation. I thought maybe like any other kid, maybe they they smoked a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? Just to kind of cope with stress and stuff like that. Like this is what most teens do, right? When they're depressed and all that. And then he started early. You know what I mean? He started doing videos and now probably music too. Music is therapeutic too. I know he recorded a lot of music. Some of his music is actually really good too.
Yeah,
you listen to his music. Yeah.
Jada Smith.
Good.
Yeah,
he makes good music.
He does. He really does. Yeah. I mean,
are you guys deaf?
You probably know that Icon record. That Icon record, that shit go hard. You don't like that Icon record that he made? That shit's dope.
I do like that. I
fucks with that song, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought his music was gonna be trash when he first came out. I was like, nah, he's actually really good though. He's talented though. I don't know, man. His parents is
They was given a lot of free.
Yeah. But they
all.
did say that when they were younger, they got a lot of freedom. You know what I mean? To express themselves and do what they want to do. And he was, I mean, he's been pretty. I think he's been independent since he's been like, I don't know, like what, 14?
Yeah,
14, 15, something like that.
he actually discussed that before too.
Yeah, he went out and bought a house when he was like what, 17?
Because the sister came in the game pretty early too, like 10 or something like that. So
She was.
I think that's what Will Smith was kind of addressing when he was like, yeah, we pushed them out there and they kind of resented us for, I guess they wanted kind of normal lives and stuff. And so Taj, what's your hold on, before I let you go, Taj, let me go ahead and welcome Jessie in. What's going on, Jessie? Welcome back.
You could put him on the tree of the cage, right? Yeah, man.
It's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Sorry, we missed you, but the topic we're talking about is did Will and Jada Pinkett Smith negatively impact their family? So I'm gonna come to you right after Taj go ahead and gives his take on that after the Iguana stops whooping his ass. Shout out to the Iguana.
Oh yeah, what's up? Oh, that's doing all right.
But no,
is he for sale?
No, he ain't for sale.
Look at this.
Jesse, what you want to do with an iguana?
He said he had more though.
What do you want to do with an iguana?
Stick that
Jesse said $5.99.
I breed him, bro. I breed him.
Yeah. Those are cool. Yeah, I like iguana. I like them, man. Certain reptiles I can deal with.
Appreciate you.
Jesse can't do with an iguana.
But my whole take on it is, I think where they messed up was instead of like really truly being parents, they was kind of like trying to be their kid's friend, more than anything. And it's like CLS said, it's like two different styles of parenting. You got Will who's trying to like keep a hold on the situation, whereas Jada's like let them express themselves and be how they are. You know what I mean? And that's cool, that's okay. But there is a part of parenting where you got to draw a line somewhere because you end up losing your kids. I don't know where I saw it, but what's his name, Jaden? He actually expressed how he kind of resents Jada for that, certain things that she was allowing him to do and stuff like that, so on and so forth. So, I mean, I can't tell nobody how to parent, but that's the results you're going to get when you give your children too much freedom. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I can really say about that. I mean, with all that freedom that they do have, and it's kind of hard with them being children of celebrities. Yeah. You get that much exposure and, you got all, you're kind of exposed to a lot of stuff. You're bound to get lost and do some crazy shit, They're adults now, like it's all said and done.
But Taj, is it really hard, or is it just so easy that you just get bored and start like self-sabotaging shit because everything's been kind of handed to you?
You know what? You got a point with that, but the same, I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's kind of, I guess I can still stick with what I'm saying because it still goes based upon the parents. If you do your job right and you stay on them enough, pretty soon, even though they're going out doing their own thing, they gotta at least have some type of self-control. You know what I mean? If I'm answering your question correctly.
No, you are.
Yeah, no. It wasn't even a question. It was more like just a thought.
Oh, okay, my fault. Well, yeah. I mean, it can go both ways. Because at the end of the day, only you can control your life. You control your destiny. You control the outcome, and you can try to blame your parents. In this case, they could have, done a better job as far as getting a handle on their kids, but they were going to do their own thing regardless.
All right, Jesse. Let me come to Jesse real quick. So, Jesse, what's your take on did Will and Jada Pinkett Smith negatively impact their family? With all the stuff that's been going on over the past years. The whole Jada Pinkett Smith like messing with August Alsina, Will slapping him, and that Jaden Smith recently came out and said that like Jada Pinkett kind of gave them psychedelics, like she introduced it to the family and stuff like that. So based on that, what's your take on it?
I think everything is a collection. As a parent, you look at it and you're just like in shock that like number one, first thing I want to address is the hallucination thing. Any person's mind that is still developing on all levels, you should never ever introduce them to any substance that's going to alter their state of mind. Number one, for them to be children still in that, you are responsible for protecting your kids from as much as possible we know that kids are, they're going to experiment and do things that you don't want them to do. But to be so open as to be the one to introduce them to something as, I would say, as extreme as a hallucinogen when it comes to drugs, to me, that as a parent, I'm cringing on the inside, because I would never in my wildest dreams introduce my son to mushrooms, anything that's going to alter his mind, anything that I've done in the past, mainly, marijuana. I know the effects that it's had on my own life in those developmental stages. My parents didn't introduce them to me. It was my choice. And it caused me to have a lack of development in certain areas, and, just the curve. So, yes, definitely have impacted their family. The things that they have done in their own life, being an open marriage where they're allowing this, and it's all over the news. Everybody knows it. Your children know it, like, on top of that. And then Jada not having the respect for her family to step out there with August Alsina, knowing that this kid was brought in, mentored under their home, friends with Jaden. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, the impacts that they have had. If I am Will, hey, look, a long time ago, Jada wouldn't have even been in the picture. Sorry, not even close. If you ask me, I think Jada's a lot of the problem. Will is more of an enabler than anything, because he didn't have the strength to step in. And I'm not judging him on that. I'm just saying that, like, as a parent, these are the things, and as a father, there's certain things that you have to step in and, hey, this ain't gonna happen. And if it is happen, as the man, your role is protector, right? So you're not protecting your family. So some of this will fall on Will's shoulder as a default. But at the same time, Will and Jada have definitely caused impact in a negative way on their family and on their development, introducing them to the fame, and, putting them out there to do their own thing, and allowing them to have their independence that early. I do think that it negatively impacted their adulthood, because they weren't allowed the freedom to just be kids. Like, I mean, come on now. Like, if we're looking at, like, developmental ages, like, females, they develop, more so between the ages of 18 and 25. They've reached, like, fully developed. Men, you're looking at anywhere from the range of 21 to 30, depending on the person, right? So we're talking about children being allowed to have that much independence is going to cause some problems. It really is.
So you said you blamed Jada. You said a little bit more than Will in this case.
Oh, definitely.
Let me go around, get everybody's take on that. Who do you kind of blame more in this situation, Will or Jada? And I'll go to Manic real quick.
Hey, man, Jessie gave an excellent explanation, and I mean, I don't have any pushback. I definitely think I concur with that statement as far as Will Smith being an enabler, but Jada being the primary driver of that relationship, that family, and that lifestyle. So Jada's more at fault, because she's leading them down a dark path.
CLS, you agree with that? Like, Jada's more at fault, or?
Yeah, I agree with Manic. Yeah, Jada's more at fault.
What about you, Taj?
Yeah,
I agree. It's Jada.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys, man. I think it was Jada. I mean, I think it's Will that's, like, more at fault here, man, because I do think, like, if men, we say we're leaders and stuff, man, I think we do got I think you guys made excellent points. I think she is, like, the more toxic person.
She is.
But I think the fact that, like, Will kind of, like, let that stuff go on and he didn't stop it, like Jessie was saying, he was kind of the enabler. I think at a certain point, you got to pull your family away. You got to step in on that. So I think he was a little bit more at fault, just allowing it to happen. I definitely think she was the one that was like doing a lot of the fuckery, you know, like Jessie laid out sleeping with Jaden's friend and stuff, just disrespecting the whole family.
I don't understand
You know,
why he didn't just leave her. Unless he felt like her doing that was his fault.
He probably did.
yeah, it
I
was
mean,
a
you gotta think about what you're talking about.
Because any other person would have left her.
You said what?
This is Will Smith though, man. This is not Tupac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yo, she loved
Tupac would have put a powder on his hand.
Yeah.
Hey, Tupac would have probably laid a hand on her, bro.
Yo,
Tupac would have kicked the whole family out.
Yeah, everybody gotta go. Yeah, y'all tripping.
And it's funny that you brought up Tupac, because they've been saying for the longest time Will is competing with a ghost. And how he gonna, that's what he even put in his book. I didn't read his book yet, but he said in his book he was jealous over the friendship that they once had. He was jealous for like years.
Yeah. Like, Tupac would have had her in side chick status.
Probably. I can agree with that.
He would have had her on the tour bus.
Yeah. I didn't know she had a connection with Tupac like that, for real.
Yeah, dude. He was
in love with Tupac.
No, he was with Kadada Jones. He was with Kadada Jones when he died, bro. Kadada Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yeah. I'm saying that Jada wanted Tupac though. She was on.
Jada was in love. Yeah, Jada wanted that.
It wasn't Tupac. Tupac recognized and was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. So you said Tupac saw the red flags. He was like, "Nah, let me dodge this bullet."
She can be my friend.
They said they were just like like best friends though. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, he was like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. No, I'm not doing this. No.
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
So do you guys kind of think it's a wrap for the family? Like it is what it is at this point. You think there's any way of getting it back on track?
I mean, it's up to each individual.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's up to each individual to, grow and learn, do their own thing, heal, because obviously there's some family trauma. So I mean, I do think there's hope. I'm never gonna condemn anybody, no matter how dark their path has been. So I definitely will say there's still hope, for anybody. As long as you got breath in your lungs, there's hope for, healing. So.
What about you, Taj?
It's always hope. You just gotta want it, It can't just be one-sided. It's gotta be everyone as a whole. That's all I gotta say on that.
What about you, CLS? What would you?
Will is suffering, man. He's been suffering for years, and that started with his family, with the situation with his father, and you do know that Jada Pinkett never wanted to get married. Are you guys aware of that? She never wanted.
Yeah,
to get married.
I remember.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like her mother made her.
No, that was her. I don't think marriage was like. It wasn't a big deal to her. Maybe she only married him because like you say, he's Will Smith.
Right.
Maybe. Because he's been married before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell like these last few years, man, like in his face and stuff, man, like you could tell he was like miserable. And she just always looks like she's always just resentful and stuff like that. You could tell by the body language, like she just looks always pissed off. Like, so now that you said that, CLS, I could kind of see it now.
Yeah, so she probably just did it to please him, but it doesn't really seem like something she was passionate about. Like, okay, I want to marry. I mean, you could still live the same lifestyle and never get married, but I don't know, man. It's just.
But she ain't never been just all about him. Period.
Yeah,
like
right.
She's just been, like I want to deal with this person, I want to deal with that. I just think it's a lack of her really knowing who she is completely. Like she's always been in discovery mode. She's like it's like that college student. Like they can never commit to anything, and they're just jumping around from this person to that person. They keep people on a string, for the time being until they're forced, to really look at everything and make a decision. That's what it looks like from my perspective on the timeline of Will and Jada. It's like it really made sense financially, if in my opinion. Because obviously you got two rich people big in that limelight. Like Hey, it could have been a business decision, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
they might not gonna put that out there for the world to see, but like a lot of these stars, like they go down that trajectory of making it a business decision, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because you talking about millions and millions of dollars. If you stay single, how much money are each individual gonna be paying taxes? Versus you get married, there could be benefits there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know what their benefits are in their, the state that they got married or live in, but that's an angle that I can see.
But do y'all think Will, looking at it now, should like go ahead and leave and move on? Would you say he needs to move on from this situation? Because it's kind of sad when you think about it. Like, man, this is one of the most visible stars on the planet. Like,
He is.
my man could have a whole stable if he wants to.
He
And
could.
so for him to kind of take that level of disrespect, I'm like, I think he should leave. But I'll toss it to
Yeah.
you guys. Do you think he should bounce out of this situation?
Yeah, you gotta protect your mental. So just go ahead and bounce on out.
Yeah.
I mean, you would
What
like
about you?
You would like to say, let it work. To at least try. But at this point, the man is suffering. You gotta let him go.
I agree with you, Taj. What about you, Manic? I see you cheesing. Why's that cop behind you, man? No, I'm fucking around. Look at him nervous, man. It was just a joke.
You look like a cop at first.
Hey, look, go ahead and hit the gas one time, man. Our views will go through the roof if you get in a high
Yeah.
speed chase. We'll buy
Get on a high speed chase and punch it. Hey, I'm gonna turn into reporter mode. I'm like, oh, he's doing 100 on the dash. The cop is hitting him with batons. But Manic, do you think he should leave the situation? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think he should definitely leave the situation. At this point, he can't get a control over his household. He can't even get the minimal level of respect. So, this one just isn't for him. So, I'm a proponent in trying to, make things work. But in order for things to work, you got to have two people who are receptive. And the level of disrespect that she's, reached is, it's crazy. It's ridiculous, especially when you factor in a man of his caliber. Like, if he was just some like Joe Schmo and didn't have like any professional career and stuff like that, and he was kind of eating off her, fame and wealth, and it's just like, that's just what comes with the, that comes with you not being the man that you need to be. But, I think in so many aspects, he is that man. So when it comes to his relationship, though, like, has no control. And it's just like, it's so sad to see a man go through something like that. Just no leadership.
What about you, CLS? You think he should bounce out of this situation?
Yeah, I think he should leave her, but I don't think he is though, because he always has so many years invested in the marriage. Because I think he's been with her for over 20 years now, since like
It's been a minute.
Since maybe the early to mid 90s. So
Yeah,
a little over 20 years. So maybe he feels like the marriage is worth fighting for because they already have so many years invested and they have 2 children together, and maybe he doesn't want to break his family up. You know what I mean? Even though they are grown, I mean they're adults now. So I don't know.
but all right, we'll go ahead and anybody else got anything else? Because we could wrap this up and move to the next topic.
I got one more thing, man. I mean, Will, you gave it a chance. You were a black man. You gave it a chance with black women. Bruh, it'll be okay. You get the divorce. You can't deal with black women anymore. We'd understand if you get a white woman.
Oh, hell.
The whole black community. The whole black community accept you, bro.
I don't think Will's gonna do that, but yeah.
Yo, Manic finna get some starving in this bitch, bro.
I don't think he'll do that.
That's
I don't think Will's gonna do that.
You can't handle it, man.
I'm here.
I don't think Will's gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Will. We'd understand, Will. It's okay. You put in your
No, I think Will need to go to the
Earn that
motherland. I think he need to go to like the motherland and go become one with them and stuff, man. He's got to go get out of America for a little bit.
Straight up, get out of the picture, bro. I mean, he
Yeah, yeah.
already committed.
Damn, my man Manic.
Mhm.
He already gave up so many things in his career with the slap to Chris Rock. Like, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
Chris
Hell,
Rock.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, man. You could tell. It looked staged to me.
It did.
Nah,
look
that was the
staged at
stage.
first.
I thought
Chris
it
was
was
slapped him.
Staged for real?
Yeah, I thought it was part of the show at
Yeah,
first. I thought it was a
man.
part of the show. I said, "Is that for real?" Like, I had to watch it three times. I was like, "Man, this ain't
That
real."
shit, bro.
It didn't even look like he had real.
I thought it was a part of the
malice
show.
when they hit him.
But he
It didn't
took
even
yo,
look
he
like-
took that shit like Pacquiao though, for real. He took that slap.
He
He
didn't put
didn't even
no
fall down or anything, huh?
I got a lot of respect for Chris Rock, but I would have
Hell
beat
yeah.
Will Smith's ass and August Alsina's ass. I would have whooped
You
both of
ain't
their
lying.
asses.
He got a strong chin. He got a very, very strong chin to take a slap that hard.
I don't think it was that
Will,
hard.
that-
Honestly.
He slapped him hard, bro. Go back and watch that
Yeah,
shit
he
again.
tried to. He at least he tried.
He said it. He even said it in his last stand up. He said he's still feeling that shit. He said, I still hear summertime ringing in my ears. He was like, people keep asking me that shit hurt. He's like, hell yeah, it fucking hurt. It still hurt. It still hurts.
The funniest thing I heard, I forgot who said it, but they was like, man, if Will Smith would have came on that stage, he was like, I would have whooped his ass, and then I would have came out dressed like August Alsina.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy, man. That shit was crazy. Man. Nah.
But all right, so that was funny. Man, it got us with that one. That was hilarious. But we'll go ahead and close this out. Shout out to Trey though for staying away though. My man Trey was like, I'm dodging them like the feds. I want no parts of that. So we'll go ahead and jump into the next topic. And so the next topic, it's kind of like I'll say a two-part question. So who's more dangerous in the dating market, men or women? And kind of goes along the lines of like, who has more game, men or women? And this topic was bought by Taj. So Taj, go ahead and give us some context to what we talking about.
Oh, I just got a friend that's going through some stuff now, and he was asking for some advice because this woman giving him the go around. Apparently, he met her on Bumble or some shit like that, and pretty much he's been trying to get her to go out on a date, but she's always giving him that line of "I'm too busy," but he's able to go see her or whatever. And I want to say like they're 3 hours apart or whatever. So I'm just
you mean he's 3 hours apart from her?
Yeah, like they're 3 hours apart, and so like I'm like, bro, like what are you doing?
It's easy.
It's like, fellas, like we don't chase women. We pursue them. We don't chase. You know what I mean? That's what he's doing, and like she's manipulating this man and all this shit. I'm trying to help him out. He ain't trying to listen. So like I'm pretty much telling him what's going to happen next. Like it's nothing but dry text. And I'm like, bro, she's trying to let you know that she's not interested, but she's trying to be nice.
Right.
You gotta think. We do that same shit. You know what I mean? Game recognizes game. So
he's not pretty much taking any of the cues and stuff like this.
Well, I mean, like I'm trying to be nice with it because I can tell he really liked the girl. You know what I mean? So he's trying to see the brighter end of it, but there is none. Like, you know what I mean? She got to feel free the first time. Obviously, she ain't with it, so she's trying to let you know, like, hey, you know, I pretty much already experienced you. I didn't like it. I'm trying to send you on your way. You know, but at the same time, when he takes like maybe a week off from talking to her, she comes right back talking about, hey, just thinking about you. I'm like, bro, she's just trying to stay relevant to make sure, like, hey, you still on that string.
How old is the dude and how old is the chick?
He's my age. He's 28 and she is 35.
Oh.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got him on a yo-yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him, dog.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't. I'm just like, bro, you gotta understand. Like, you don't chase. We're meant to pursue them, not chase them. Like, chill out with that. You looking like a simp.
So is your friend? Is he like in shape and stuff like that?
I mean, I don't really be checking him out like that, but like he.
I'm just saying, like, does he work out? Because you know, sometimes like it might be he's got like he's like insecure a little bit, so that's why he's kind of like latching on.
Yeah.
No, that's the shocking part. He's usually the one trying to make sure I'm upbeat. You know what I mean? He's always like just top tier with everything, so it's kind of shocking to see him like this. Like she's got.
So I already know what kind of happened in this case. You said she was like 35.
Yeah, at least she looked 35 to me. He told me her age. Like she's in like I want to say she's mid 30s. Yeah.
She put that vintage vagina on him. He sprung.
Yeah.
He ain't even got no yeah. He didn't get no yeah.
I was gonna ask you that too. I was gonna ask you if you slept with her yet.
He ain't get no yeah. So it's like that's even more so like, bro.
Oh yeah,
get the hell on,
man.
You know what I mean?
She fucking boys in the hood. That nigga, man. He treat him like Trey. What he just sucking titties and finger popping her? That's it.
He ain't getting a damn thing, bro. He ain't getting
So what is he, 10?
He like Trey
Was he in high school?
Yeah. He said, yeah, I done sucked on some titties. I done fingered a couple honeys, but I ain't never put it in there, man.
He ain't even making the first base.
He ain't making the first base.
Bro, I don't know if it's like he ain't trying to keep the tail because I asked him straight up, bro, you at least getting any? He said, bro, I ain't got nothing, bro. That nigga got desert dick, bro. Like he ain't getting nothing. So I'm just like, okay, so leave it.
She 3 hours, dude. She 3 hours away, man. I mean, like, what do you expect, dude? She's 3 hours away from her.
So real quick, let me ask some of y'all. So Bumble, you know how like certain apps got like I say a certain niche. Like for example, Tinder's more like a hookup site. What is Bumble? Is that like a legitimate?
Bumble is an upgrade of Tinder. It's an upgrade.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like a hookup website, I guess.
Tinder. It's a bougie Tinder.
Every damn dating.
Yeah, I mean, but
all of them is a hookup app.
But I'm saying like some apps are more geared towards like actual relationship. They at least have like a questionnaire or something. They hide it,
but
no,
you're right. It is geared to a relationship though. Bumble is. It is.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the like info because we're gonna give this guy an assessment. So far I'm leaning towards like he got no game and he needs to kind of like,
can I tell you,
probably date within his area or something. Because I mean, if it's 3 hours away, man, I mean, yeah. What y'all take on that?
Can I tell you the difference between the two apps?
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Already aware. Well, with Tinder, it's like once when you're on there swiping and you match with a person that I guess you guys like each other or whatever, right? On there, it's like anyone can initiate the conversation, and Bumble is like the opposite. Once you match with somebody on Bumble, it's up to the woman to initiate the conversation with the male that she swiped right on or whatever.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can't exactly. So if you really think about it, the women on Bumble hold all the cards. You know what I'm saying? Because they can pick and choose. They can handpick who they want to talk to, and it's up to the guy.
So she must have swiped on this guy, but now she's probably got some regret or something like that.
She probably said hello, and then he pursued her. You know what I mean? Started chasing her.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
She just liked that attention.
And that's Bumble, right?
Yeah, that's Bumble. That's Bumble.
See,
on Tinder,
that's the only one I've ever tried was Bumble, and I tried it for like 3-4 months, and I wasn't messing with it. I was like, man, you know what? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on this, man. Like, nah. I tried it for a few months, and like 3 years ago during COVID.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Like, this joint is just like Tinder. Like, I mean, even the one person that I decided, like, like, all right, this person's cool. I like them enough to try to get to know them, and then to come to find out, she had a whole dude that was in the military, and it was building a house in freaking North Carolina. Talking about, are you cool with this just being a hookup thing? I said, hell no, you got a man. I'm good.
So she wanted something casual with you, like a casual relationship with you.
Yeah, but she was coming across like she wanted a relationship, or like she was just looking, like that's what her intentions was to find somebody to, build a relationship, but of course get to know, take things slow. I met with her twice. Smashed the second time. Yep. And after that, it was like, after that happened, she was like, are you okay with this just being a casual thing? Because, I just got to tell you something, like, and I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, you know what? I'm deleting this app. I'm good. Yeah. That's the only reason why I never really even went on there, because I'm just like, man, whatever. And at the time, I was looking for that, like that, meet somebody, and I heard about Bumble. People told me the same thing, like, yeah, you can find a relationship on there. And, I was like, no, I'm not gonna find a relationship on here.
Hell no.
Had I would have went back, I probably would have been like, you know what? I ain't looking for a relationship. I was like, man, whatever.
So was she still with the military dude?
I don't know. I haven't.
You're gonna be watching this like, you said you ain't do shit with Jessie.
Stop talking to him.
I don't even think her dude even knew it happened.
Yeah, and he probably didn't.
I'm not.
Oh, he know now. We're popping.
I'm not in the place. I'm not gonna ever
He can be like, wait a minute, wasn't you on Bumble?
Yeah, I don't even know who the dude is. Thank God. Because man, I don't even need that type of situation situational drama. I don't ever recommend anybody sleeping with somebody that got a woman, you know, or got a man, you know, like
bad karma.
So y'all would recommend
but
Bumble?
Not only that, people can go crazy, and next thing you know, you're the headline for the Snap story. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll be on old chicks with money app. Which one is that called? There's like a niche for that.
You know, silver singles or some shit. Silver singles.
Elite singles, is that an app?
Silver singles. I know silver singles is an app.
Silver singles. Oh.
Silver singles.
You know all this shit, man. You got it all.
Yeah, Corey be on all of those.
No, I've never tried that one.
OneFootInTheGrave.com.
I never saw it. I never tried that or whatever, dude. I just saw the commercial. They advertised that shit on. I just like. That shit was on TV, bro. Like, just like, what was that other one? What was it that farmersonly.com shit? They used to advertise
Farmers Only.
Hell yeah, it was like farmers hooking up with farmers and shit.
You know, I remember that commercial.
You remember that commercial, right?
Yeah.
It was in a barn. It was in a fucking barn, and it was just a group of, you know, cowgirls and dudes.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. And that dumbass blackpeoplemeet.com, they used to show that shit on BET all the time.
I ain't gonna lie, I actually got on there one.
You used it. He used it.
I used it.
Taj, he was on Black People Meet.
Yeah, he used that shit.
Yeah, hey, no, a lot of people on there.
I'll be the type of person, if I was single, I'll get on everything, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be on Asian singles. I'll be on Jewish singles. I'll be on Black People Meet. I'll be on silver, whatever. I'll be on everything.
So you be on OnlyFans? You be on OnlyFans? You be on fucking OnlyFans making foot fetish videos?
Craigslist. Craigslist. But all right, let me get back to this because on Taj's scenario with his friend, man. So y'all think he should like move on from that whole situation?
I think he should.
What advice would you give to Taj's friend about that whole situation that he laid out?
Keep it casual. Don't take it serious.
Yep.
That's the thing. He's got. That's what I'm telling him. He's got to go because he falls hard. You know what I mean? Like he's not the type to where he's not going to catch feelings if it's just something casual. He's going to get attacked.
Yeah, he got to move on. He got to move on. Number one, the distance and the reciprocation is so important. And if you're not getting that at this stage, like early on, getting to know somebody and there's lack of reciprocation, you're going to hurt yourself in the process.
Exactly.
You're going to hurt yourself more and you're going to waste your energy and time on somebody that's not willing to do the same. So just for that alone, not even knowing the details, like no reciprocation is a deal breaker. Straight up. So, yeah.
Is he like picky or something?
It's not that. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him picky or anything like that. You know, it's just over the time me getting to know the dude, you know, over these few years, you know, he's kind of like myself. He kind of gets attached. And so I'm like, look, man, I know exactly what's happening to you right now, too. So to avoid that, your best bet is to let that girl walk. Like she's trying to walk out the door. You got to let her go. Otherwise, you are going to hurt yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. But if she's 3 hours away, why can't he just date the women in the city that he lives in?
Yeah, that's crazy. He's going 3 hours though.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They ain't getting no luck. You know what I mean?
In your city. Or maybe the next town over, 20 minutes over. Well, I know there's a town over, you know what I mean?
Like Olathe, but he's trying to stick with the sisters. He ain't trying to go white bread, man. No offense, Jesse.
Dude, you could date. There's other groups of people you can date besides.
Look, I ain't him, brother. Like,
you can tell him. You can tell him this, yo.
You can tell him.
You can go date a Spanish chick, a Colombian chick, Asian women. I mean, there's a whole bunch of groups he could date.
Look, he really liked this girl.
You gotta date a white woman if you want one, huh?
Right.
He really liked this girl, so he's trying to make it. He was like, they got some type of connection and shit. He met her off of something. The whole Bumble or whatever.
This nigga, yo.
And so
you need to wait. Tell that nigga to wake up and smell the coffee, dude. Shit.
Get him a couple folders. Get his ass a couple folders.
Damn
with a double shot of Starbucks
Maxwell.
espresso.
Maxwell,
yeah, that shit's great.
I mean, because the situation, she's definitely probably messing with somebody else, and if she, like Jesse hit it, if she's not showing reciprocation or interest back to him, it's just like, man, you're wasting time. You could be investing in another female.
Exactly.
So that's why he needs to hurry up and cut ties, because it's just like, time is of essence, man, and it's just like that time you could be like going out meeting other people or something like that. Like CLS said, like, man, maybe you got to search a different city, or sometimes, like, if you're in a bad area, man, you got to switch your circumstances or your preferences and stuff like that. So it's like you might prefer something, but it's just like, hey, man, you might be overlooking like other good women, just trying to hold on to somebody that's like 3 hours away or something. So
yeah. I got another point. So I got another point. If he really likes this girl, like it's almost like the saying go, if you love something, let it go. But of course, there can't be no damn love here. Right. But if you really like this woman, the best thing for you to do is let her go, because in doing that, you show her that you value yourself. And that alone might spark the attraction that
Jesse's spitting game
from her.
Yeah, right.
Like straight up, when the more you keep putting yourself out there and going the extra mile, and she ain't even meeting you nowhere in the middle or even coming back to you, then you're showing her that you don't value yourself, and that right there is a huge turnoff. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go.
Yeah, Jesse got more game than Parker Brothers.
Damn. Trial and error.
All right.
So, Manic, what's your take on this whole situation? I hear you absorbing it. So, what you think the young man should do?
I mean, I didn't get all the details. How old is he? I know the girl is 35. How old is he?
He's my age.
So he's in his late 20s.
28.
Yeah.
28.
Okay. Yeah. Nah. He's definitely gotta. He's gotta have some awareness. That's really where it comes down to. Because if the energy is not being reciprocated, then that's a dud anyway. Because he's going to start the relationship off, being way too invested and way too forthcoming, and that's just going to be a headache, because she's not gonna, like Jesse said, she's not going to value him, because he doesn't value himself. He doesn't value his own time. So that would never work out anyway. So I think first he needs to change his preferences to, instead of 3 hours away, you got to be more realistic to something you could actually travel to, because he might travel out there once in a blue moon, but getting a woman to travel out to you, especially if she's not really feeling you, that's not going to happen. So the relationship can't even take time to develop, because he's just too far out of the game. So he's just got to look at her from afar and just be like, what, just kind of work on himself. And maybe after she goes out there, has some other duds, maybe she'll come back. And if she comes back, then it's on his terms.
Yeah, he'll be better off by then. Shit.
Yeah. No, for sure. Because he could spend his time on somebody who actually does.
Yeah.
Is interested in them, instead of somebody who's not, clearly.
Exactly. Invest your time with someone who really wants to be with you. Not. Yeah. Like,
I'm trying to be sensitive to the whole situation. That's why, like, I wanted to get y'all's perspective on it, because I'm like, maybe I'm being too harsh on the dude.
I think you
need to be harsh on him. You need to be harsh on him.
Yeah, you're definitely being too nice.
Yeah, you're being too damn nice.
If you call yourself his friend, you gotta let him know, man.
Yeah, let him know, man.
Let him know the real, man. Like, honestly,
don't pussyfoot around it. Like,
you can be kind. You can still be kind about it, but you don't have to be nice. Fuck the nice guy shit. Like, that shit gets nobody nowhere. Straight up. But
it's just overrated.
Just be kind about it. Like, that's all. Like, if he's your friend, it's a way to be kind about it. Like, we grown men, so hey, this is the real deal, bro. Like, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but if I do in the process, the truth has to come out, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, tell him stop. Tell him stop taking time for granted. He's taking time for granted. He's losing time out of his life. He's never going to get this time back that he's trying to invest in her.
That's true.
All these weeks, months, years, whatever. You know what I mean? He's never going to get that time back. And he could have invested that time with someone who actually want to be with his black ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I would tell him. If he was my friend, I would tell him that to his face.
Well, I don't think that he understands like the paradigm he's about to put himself in. Because say like he eventually gets with her after like he had to invest all that, kind of like chase her and kind of bring her to the table to start liking them. She's eventually that's the type of chick, like if she really doesn't like have any desire or like any traction to you, she's gonna make your life hell, because man, she's gonna feel like a level of resentment. Like, I didn't really want this guy, kind of like we were talking about Jada. Like, if that female really doesn't want you, man, she's gonna be in her mind, she probably has her eyes on somebody else, but maybe she didn't get that person, so she might be settling with you for I guess some type of arrangement or something that she might see. Like maybe this guy has some resources, so let me get with him for whatever. So it's gonna be like a I'm using this person type situation.
Okay.
And then that's it's gonna end bad for him. So I think he needs
it look
to
good.
definitely get with somebody that likes them back instead of him trying to force this relationship.
Right. Yeah, man. All right.
Just sit down right now. You good?
I'm about to be mean as hell.
Yeah. Just break it to him because it's just like, hey man, like CLS was saying, it's just like the time element to is that's where he needs to understand.
Yeah.
So real quick, we'll go to the question real quick because I did want to go around and get your guys' take on that. So when it comes to like dating, who has more game, men or women? And I'll come to you first, Taj, on that. Who you think has more game?
Women. I've been on the side too now. In fact, CLS had to help me before. So trust me. I think that's why I'm taking a more softer approach because I've been there. I mean, we all have, I'm sure. So, I mean, women are the biggest manipulators in my opinion. You know what I mean? They know how to get to us like mentally. You know what I mean? So it's
why would you say? Oh, you said the manipulation, pretty much. That's why you say
they know because they know more than likely what a guy is after. So like that's what they'll use to reel your ass in, and then when they're done with you, they're gonna toss you out like old dirty shoes, man. They'll have once they got you and they know they got you. And I'm not saying it's all of them, but it's a fair amount. You know what? Game recognizes game. I'll just say that. Game recognizes the game. You know what I mean? So
dude, same thing happened to you, happened to me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, in high school, some real life Billie Jean shit.
So did CLS give you some great advice though?
Yeah.
Shout out to CLS. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, everything that happened to him in high school happened to me.
He got me out of a hole because for real, I was like, yo, what the fuck do I do, man? He kept it real with me. He gave it to me straight. And I'm just like, you know what, man, I'm glad you said that because after that, I let her go, man. She was blowing up my phone to the point where I had to block her ass. Look, man, I ain't falling down that hole, bro. You gotta go.
You know what I'm talking about, like, right? The bigger hair.
Yeah.
But all right, let me get your take on that, CLS. Who you think has more game, men or women?
It's like you said, man. Women do that. They hold all the cards. I mean, like, because it's like a woman does. All a woman really has to do is bat her eye at a guy, and a guy would just come running. You know what I mean? They really don't have to try too hard. They're not out here chasing as much as men are chasing. We're always pursuing some girl with a pretty face and a fat ass and some titties. That's all most guys see. That's all most guys see anyways. Ass, titties, that's it. It's not like you. It's not like you would. I don't know. You want a sandwich making trophy wife, right? You don't have to marry her to get those same benefits.
All right. So Manic, what's your take on that? Who has more game, men or women?
Man, I think it absolutely depends. At what stage that you are in life. So I'll say earlier, definitely women. But later in life, men. As like a general rule of thumb, women have a much better blueprint for kind of finding out, what type of person that they want. They base it on, a lot of real metrics that are like measurable versus, guys, we kind of go with the physical. We lead with that so much that's not a measurable metric because somebody could look, very attractive to somebody and, to another person, they could just look mediocre or whatnot. So I think women overall don't necessarily have more game. I think it's just more that their metrics are more easily measured,
quantify.
Yeah. So they go on like the hard, does this person do XYZ, and they just have a better, and I think that really just stems from just how they operate. Men don't really sit around and gossip, too much. We kind of just, we out here kind of making moves like, even if it's not the best moves, like you see guys on 2K just playing 2K all day, like they're still doing something versus, women, that's a phone call. That's a 4-hour conversation on, and, they're sharing information from each other. Like, oh, I did this, or I got this from this guy. And, this is what you could do if you find a guy like this. Oh, he did that for you. Like, oh yeah, they're giving each other like advice, really early on. Versus guys, it's not until we actually get out there in the field and that we start to huddle up and be like, hey, wait a minute, hey, are they really like that out here? And start like, understanding, what the game really is. So I think that older in life, guys definitely have more game. But earlier in life, women just come with that understanding because it's just in their nature to, kind of get together and gather and, compare notes.
Okay. What about you, Jesse? Who has more game?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say women are always like 10 steps ahead of us when it comes to like any type of body language. Most of the time, like emotions, they're grown from an early age to be in touch with that, so they're able to pick up on and cue on a whole lot more than guys. Like we're kind of like kind of like going with Manic was saying, that we tend to be more involved in like activities that are going to bring camaraderie to us. They're going to make us some money, like hobbies and stuff like that. Whereas women have the tendency to sit around and gossip and, learn, a whole lot more through just talking to each other. And women will give game to each other indirectly or directly. So when it comes to men or women, it's a drastic comparison in most cases. Like there are some guys that out there have high EQ and are able to move through life with a whole lot of game, and that's where you get people like Too Short, like Snoop, all these dudes that are like straight pimps. But for the average Joe, you're not getting that for the most part. But women, any woman is capable of it. So you got a group of some small to mid-sized group of guys in the population that have that game, but every single woman on this planet is capable of having game and getting what they want, right? Yeah. Like, when it comes down to like even a conversation of like when it comes to who's gonna have sex, like if woman can get it anytime they want, man, we got to do all this stuff, jump through hoops, to get to it, and it still might not happen. But if a woman say, "Hey, let me get that," and she can get it way faster than a man can, So I think the answer comes. I'm sorry. Well, women have more game, bro. And they're easier. It's easier for them to keep up a story, or it's like their memories are way better for one. And it just makes it easier.
But my take is I definitely think women have more game. I'll say over the majority, but I do think like when guys, if they hit that top status, I would say that group of guys has more game than females. But it's like a very small percentage. It's like if you hit that niche of guys, that I'll say the elite ones, you get the money, you got all your stuff in order. I think that's when those guys will have more game than women. But overall, I just think women have way more options. So, and plus what Manic was outlining, the way that the females like pick their preferences, which kind of gives them the upper hand because it's quantifiable. Like they'll be like, okay, a guy has to be successful. He has to do A, B, C, D, versus guys where we're a little more shallow when it comes to that. For girls, like looks good, she could work at IHOP part-time, and we'll be like, well, she's getting her stuff together. We'll justify it.
So it's like, if you're not hired.
But if I think that if you really just listen to women, they'll tell you what they want. And I mean, just because they say they want something doesn't always mean that they actually want it, as we all know. But just at a baseline, just across the board, whatever, you listen to women, they want a successful dude. So they kind of lay down.
Hold on, let me talk to him. What's his name?
Kaden.
Hold
on, he can't hear you.
Oh, he got Kaden. Who got some more game? Nah, I'm just joking. Put him on the spot.
What's up?
But yeah, what was you about to say, Manic?
No, I was just saying that women kind of lay the blueprint out for what they want in a man, and it's pretty equal across the board. I mean, obviously you're gonna have your specifications that are like make or break on an individual basis, but across the board, women like excitement. They want somebody loyal. They want somebody successful. They want somebody that is admired. They want somebody who's, who has, I guess that excitement, charisma, all that stuff, who makes them feel good, whatever that means. Because that's on an individual basis. And yeah, that's the only metric that's like, because that's just going to be a ever changing thing. But, as long as you can be interested, as a man, you have a good shot. Be interested and, be able to set goals and, achieve those goals, however small those goals may be. It can be something small. Like there's going to be a woman out there that appreciates that, every Thursday you are on time taking out the trash. Like, whatever the case may be. So, but you got to be realistic as a guy too.
You got the candy?
And understand that no matter how great of a man you strive to be, there will always be, a woman that, doesn't want that from you. So I think the real game for men is finding the women that, really actually want you for everything that you have. And, not from like a financial standpoint, but, who really just like your energy, and then you can just work forward from that. But I think a lot of times, we know somebody who has that, but then we're blindsided by, the more attractive options that we have as well that may not actually be there for you. And it might just be like more of a casual thing. So I think that, like the jerk said, when you get to a certain tier of man, you just have to just sit back and just, just listen, and they tell you exactly what they want.
That's a short list too.
Yeah, it's a very short list, especially the older that they get. They start becoming realistic.
They hate fucking two things: broke men and boring men. That's it. So you can't be broke and boring.
You said that?
That's it. For real.
Yeah.
Broke men and boring men. That's it. If you got money, you just can't be bored. You got to figure out, I guess, a way to spice things up and make things more interesting. Like he was saying, make life more interesting.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. And learn how to eat pussy. That's it.
We're gonna give a tutorial on that next
week. We're gonna get them the dolls and shit. Like CLS classes
tutorial for everybody.
Shit.
Yeah.
But no, that was a dope topic, Taj, and I'm glad you brought in the context to that, because I think guys, man, I think we gotta give each other that I say that tough love, and because like CLS was kind of mentioning, time is just so limited, especially like me and CLS, we up in our 40s, man. You could just look back and just be like, damn, man, time just went by so fast. So that's why when we do talk to other people, man, we just try to emphasize like, hey, man, don't waste that time over there with somebody that don't like you, because you could be missing out on other people that, like Manic was even saying, that rocks with you and that for your true self and stuff like that. So no, that's definitely dope. We'll go ahead and jump into Reddit response unless anybody had anything else they wanted to add to that. All right, Manic.
Nope.
2020 vision. Let me pull this up real quick.
Now. I was trying to rush to get home. I was like, man, if I don't make it.
I saw you speeding, man. I didn't know if I wanted to snitch on you or.
Man, there was about 3 cops I passed.
I know that strip is
yeah, and they're out today. This is it was. I seen them on the way up. Everything.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would have got pulled over just for like video purposes.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, if I get pulled over by a cop, I'll have the whole conversation.
Oh yeah, we clowning. You know how we get down.
I'm like, officer, my license, my license is good, but my registration. See, what had happened was my insurance policy is on my phone.
Then,
I'm like, officer, can you mace him just for like view purposes?
so you want him to give you a cavity search on video? He said,
Hey, what are you doing with those
spread your
gloves?
cheeks and lift your sack.
But all right, go, Manic. Here it is right now, kid. Let me know if you can see it.
Okay, yeah, it's a little blurry for some reason, but I can rock out with it.
Can
Can you make it a little bit zoom in one more time? Yeah, hit that plus. Yeah, okay. Now to slide the
I think that's his. Hold on.
Oh, you can't zoom
There
in
you
on
go.
that?
yeah, no,
That's
it's
about
good.
as far as we can zoom in.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. It was just for some reason it's a little blurry. Okay. My is a male, 28, wife, female, 26, has scammed multiple people. My wife has scammed multiple people and lied to me about it. So about a week ago, I got this Facebook message from some lady saying that my wife scammed her out of some money shipping baby clothes. I went to my wife about it before talking to the lady, and my wife said, I've never seen this lady in my life. She's just trying to get you to send her $30. She then went on to block the lady, and that was that. Well, this morning, I got a message request from a different lady saying how my wife scammed her out of $120 and sent me the screenshots of her and my wife's conversation and transactions. I unblocked the other lady, and she also sent me conversations and transactions. And apparently, there are others. So I now have 3 ladies in my DMs with proof of my wife scammed them out of money, lied to them about having a miscarriage, and saying she was on bed rest and couldn't. She's at work as a bartender, and she's not on no damn bed rest.
If you want to be in here, you got to play again.
The thing that irks me the most is how quick she was to lie to me and block the lady. It didn't feel right, but I thought, oh, well, she wouldn't lie about something like this. Now I'm just sitting here wondering how much more she's lied about and don't feel like I can even trust her. My wife doesn't know I have all this information. Any idea of what I should do next?
Go find a good divorce attorney.
All right, CL, let's go and break this down for us. CL, let's got some good.
Divorce lawyer.
So you think he should go ahead and try to wrap this up and get up out of there with her?
You gotta go.
Go find a good attorney. That's a good start. I mean, if he want closure and he want to like talk to her, then they can sit down at the table and talk. But yeah, man, I mean, like I wouldn't trust her. Why would you want to stay with somebody who's out here scamming random people? And she probably lied about other things in the marriage too. You know, I mean,
yeah.
So Taj, what would you do in this case?
Me being, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Me being as I am, with the information that I got, I'm going to sit her down. I'm like, we need to talk about something, you know, and give her a fair shot. Now, obviously, I'm gonna let her know, like, not firsthand that trust is an issue, but after, you know, we get done talking about what I've now found out, you know, I'm gonna try my hardest not to air her ass out, for one, because I'm gonna be like, what else you learned about? But no, but for real, serious note, just sit her down, ask her about, hey, look, I just got this message, blah, blah, blah. Is this true? You know, give her that first instead of just jumping to conclusions. You know what I mean? Because anybody can just pop up in your DMs and say, you know, anything. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just the approach I would take. You know, now if I had proof of everything, I'm like, okay, you know, here's your chance. But I'm even letting her know I got the proof. You know, if you're gonna lie to me, okay. You know, this is dead. You know, because obviously you could be lying about more shit. So yeah, I'll go with CLS on that one. You know,
yeah.
So that's my take on that.
All right, Manic, what would you do in this scenario?
I'm actually glad CLS went first because he brought up an interesting point. And I definitely would follow that approach. I would recommend him following that approach. First, you know, speak to a divorce attorney, like to find out your actual situation. Like what are you risking? You know, just find out your position. Like, hey, how long have you been married? You know, is there other issues? Boom, boom, boom. Just have that information, right? Not to say that you're going to actually file for divorce, but just, you know, have that consultation so you can understand your position better. And then I would be like, you know, Taj and sit her down and, you know, bring up the situation again and just be like, hey, something's not sitting right with me. I just have this feeling that, you know, you're not being truthful with me. And I would, you know, run her down hey, you can be honest with me. Like, all I ask from you is honesty, and I'd allow her to, be honest about the situation. And if she still is not being honest, or she's still dishonest about the situation, I would just drive it and drive it and drive it until she cracks. Now, if she doesn't crack under all of that pressure, then I got to let her know, like, hey, I was hoping that you'd have like some level of honesty and loyalty to, keep it 100 with me. But now that I know you're not, I don't know how much I can trust you, or I don't know how much of your past is actually true, and when you break that level of trust with somebody, I don't see how you move forward with, being with them, because you're going to have to start second guessing everything that they say. And that's just not a life that, I would even want to live. So I would definitely show her the messages, to confirm that, like, hey, these people actually showed me the screenshots and this and that. And, let's talk about the why now. And then let's talk about why you lied. And, I don't think there's a valid excuse for it, but I'd be open to hearing it at least before I'd make the decision whether or not I'm going to stay or leave. But I probably will be out, honestly, because it's just like,
let me come back to you, because I kind of think you're gonna get killed, but let me get Jesse's take on this.
I would gather all the evidence that I can and bring it to her, same way as the other guy said, give her a chance to be forthcoming, like, ask her before I show her the evidence, like, hey, look, hey, what's I'm getting multiple messages. What's the real deal here? Give her a chance to be honest. And, at that point, if you can't be honest with me and you're just going to look at me in my face and lie to that degree, I would then at that point show her the evidence. And then I'm going to move on and be like, hey, I can't trust you. At this point, I want a divorce. Straight up. I'm not gonna leave any chance, in his situation. Regardless of what the circumstances are, you obviously can't trust this person if they are scamming people on a regular basis and then telling you, nah. If it's the other way around, like, hey, I'm scamming these people, I told you the truth, like that's one thing. We can work with that. We can work past that. I might not like it, might not like the fact that you're scamming people, but we can get you some help, because obviously you need it. Obviously. And if it's a matter of budget, money thing, we can work through that. But you lying to my face, I can't do it. It's just, yeah. I find out that you're lying, it's just like, those are deal breakers. Can't do it. Can't do it. Especially if you're married. We share responsibilities. Like, who's to say you don't do something bigger and then get yourself locked up and then everything comes crashing down on me anyways? I might as well go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off, right now. Like, at that point, because if you're lying to me about it, you want to continue doing it. Because if you're lying about it, there's only going to be a few reasons why. One of them, off the top of my head, you don't want to stop doing it. And if you tell the truth, now you got to address it and you got to face it. So she's in there. Yeah, that's my take.
All right. Well, Manic, the reason why I think you're good. The scenario is kind of why I chose this. It's starting off like a Dateline special where, the ones where the wife like ends up like taking out an insurance policy on a guy and kills him and stuff, gets some hitman and stuff. So to me personally, like I'm like CLS. I'm getting up out of there. I'm not going to show you nothing. If I got solid information and you running like numerous scams, I'm done. And I'm just going to exit out because you know, obviously you got a problem. That's a pattern. Like one, maybe you could like have that conversation with him, but like if it's like multiple people and it's just such petty stuff like that, dude, I'm gone. Like I'm not about to be on like Snap or Dateline and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's some.
But you think she would?
But it's like, hey, let's talk about this. Why'd you do this? She's like, oh, okay. Let me ramp up my time schedule for you. I was gonna let you live like 2 more months and lay out my elaborate plan, but now I'm gonna bump up the table and poison your orange juice. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, right. You putting fucking
Off of scamming a few $100.
Yeah, ain't no way, bro.
Off scamming.
It always starts off petty like that, though, man. Like,
Man, that would
You
seem
put
like
fucking,
0 to 10 real quick.
putting fucking arsenic and Jello and shit.
But you wouldn't want to hear their explanation of a situation
Yeah,
or the why, because I mean, wouldn't that unlock so much more?
I mean, what could she really say to you? Like, hey, I did this because of
That's the thing.
What would be like a logical excuse? That's what I'm saying.
There's no logical excuse.
You're a kleptomaniac.
You're a kleptomaniac. I mean, she's not a thief. She's actually she is a thief. She's stealing money. That's the definition of a thief.
Yeah,
and it's like low level. So it's like, man, you did this for $30. You could have just get like a job. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing you can say to me that'd be logical to like. Well, maybe we can work past this. Let's get you some therapy.
Well, no,
it's going to talk to you about.
It's not about being work past it. It's about hearing like who the person you're laying next to is, and if that's something
she's a thief.
Yeah, she's definitely a thief. like we determine that based off of the evidence, but it's just like why? Like if she's like, oh, I just always wanted to have my own money, and like I could. I grew up like this, and like I grew up where this was acceptable, and it's just like, hey, then maybe you can send that motherfucker to counseling and like, work out what other traumatic issues are going on, or maybe she gets a rise out of it, like a kick, a thrill out of like breaking the law. There's people like that.
But you see how sinister that is around you. That's the type of conversations I'm gonna have with her like 2 years after we divorce. Like we could talk, and in a like a public area. Like you could give me all those details, and I'll be interested. But I need to separate from you.
It sounds like you gonna be the one getting killed. She said, "You gonna divorce me?"
Yeah, she gonna killing your ass.
Yeah, she killing your ass first before she kills me. At least I'm gonna listen to her. She gonna kill me in 2 months. She gonna kill you in 2 days.
You might got something.
She gonna kill you, and she gonna kill you, and then call the cops. And then when the cops show up, she gonna be in a walk-in closet drinking Chardonnay out of a sippy cup.
Was that off of Pixels?
Yeah, Pixels.
Oh my goodness!
I was trying not to spit up my. Yeah, I might die. But I still think Manic's gonna die too. Like
you're gonna die
just
first. So that's all that matters. You're gonna die before me. I'm gonna laugh at you at your funeral and wake.
Me and Manic are kind of terrible at these solutions. I'm starting to see.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear what everybody's saying for real.
I would just leave, yo. Just say I need.
CLS is the only. CLS is the survivor.
Just tell you need space. That's it. How much space you need?
CLS is the only survivor in the scenario.
3,000 miles.
I need some space.
3,000 miles of space.
He said, "I need some space."
2 oceans,
Damn right.
preferably.
I need to clear my head.
Some time to think.
No, I just think sometimes like I don't know what Manic and Taj's approach is like, man, that I get what you guys are saying, because I think to a certain degree I would want to know like the mindset, but I would need to know that like down the line, because I don't need that much curiosity at that moment. I'm with CLS. I gotta figure out some way to get a out of there.
Yeah, you already dropped the divorce papers though. You going in 2 days.
And I'm dead. But now that I know, like,
at least sitting down talking, you buy yourself some time.
Yeah. You buy yourself some time, and
nah, y'all was talking about some therapy and stuff. Y'all was gonna be sitting there having heart to hearts and stuff. So why did you still?
That's therapy.
What is your trigger?
I wasn't saying like along the lines of, hey, we about to work this out type of deal. No. I was saying along the lines of like the way Manic was putting it. Not so much as, all right, we can work through that, but I just wanted to hear it. I am that type of person. I want to hear it. I'd rather look the devil in the eye. I gotta know.
Usually, typically, people that want to hear stuff, they die you know, pretty quick in like movies if you watch those.
No, let's hear him out. He said he didn't kill 6 people, but
That's why you.
let's hear him
What
out.
is that noise? Let me go and check it out.
That's why you gotta do it somewhere in public.
Fight for mine.
You gotta take it to. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take it to a mall food court in the middle, sit in the middle of the food court. And you got all these people around you. So if she do some fuck shit, then there's plenty of witnesses around.
I'm taking her to an NBA game.
I'm just as fucked up too, bro. So we gonna be brawling if that's the case.
You gotta take it somewhere where it's a crowd of people.
No, I stay.
I'm definitely doing it in a safe space. I'm with
You gotta take
CLS
her
on
to the
that.
police station.
Ain't
You
nobody
gotta take her to the police station.
Yeah.
Just in case anything happens and goes left, you can turn your evidence in. Hey, look, this is what she's been doing.
Yeah, they
Look,
got cameras in the
once-
courthouse. so-
Once she gets put in handcuffs, you ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. You be good.
You ain't
And
lying.
at that
I kind of like
at that
Jesse's
point-
approach, man.
At that point, you can just get ghost and change your name, all of that good stuff. You
Ain't nobody
gotta
go
worry
through
about
all
it.
that, bro.
I know.
Nah, I'm going. I might do the Jesse. I'm like, hey, here's evidence.
Depending-
She's out here stealing.
Shit.
Shout out to
Hey,
Jesse.
look,
That's a great
While she's in
plan, Jesse.
custody,
He said you gonna snitch on her.
You ain't even gotta approach her with it. He keeps lying to
And
you.
then
I'm like, y'all still got that reward out for the thieves?
Yeah, you keep changing. Look, you keep lying to
And
me
this-
about. I ain't even gonna let you know I know. I'm gonna go turn you in, and then I'm like, damn, oh my god, what happened? What?
and you gotta
They
get
have got to be lying. I might even help you.
I
I
dropped.
might even help you with money for a lawyer and everything. Keep myself clear. We're good. Oh no, I can't. You know what? We don't even have the money for the lawyer. Oh my goodness! I heard that public defender is really good.
You know the funny thing though, Jesse's gonna die with me and Manic after she gets out of jail. She's doing all those like push-ups and stuff. Get the teardrop on her face. Jesse gonna die too. CLS and Taj
Jesse's
might be the
gonna live
only
a little
ones that
longer
gonna
than me.
live. I have to agree.
So
That's
sophisticated jerk, you're gonna die
Just-
first.
Nah,
Taj,
you're gonna
that's
die
what
first.
I'm
Trying to be
Nah,
all
man.
curious.
Nah,
Let's talk this out. Why did you
you said
steal
you
like
gonna-
all that stuff?
Nah, you said you hitting her with
Was it
divorce
his
paperwork.
childhood trigger?
You're dying.
She's gonna
immediately,
kill him just because of the long ass like talk you're gonna have with her.
Nah,
She's gonna be
nah,
bored
nah.
to death with your dialogue.
Me and
That
Taj
talk-
are getting
talk
killed.
is key.
Yeah,
talk
me and
is
Taj are
key.
getting killed in months. You're getting killed in days, maybe even
Right.
hours,
Yeah.
depending on
Hours.
how razzled she is.
Bro, they
Oh,
going
no,
down
no.
the same night.
Jesse's getting killed after me,
How long? How long is it gonna
Yeah.
take for me?
and then
'Cause I know
CLS is
you
the only
gotta-
one gonna live.
I know she's
Yeah.
gonna have to do motion.
But CLS is gonna be on the run.
Find out it was me.
Right.
CLS is always going to be the guy on the news that gets to like tell the stories. He gets the lifetime special where he's still alive and stuff,
20
and
years.
he cries during the like interview. Like I can't believe I just couldn't imagine this.
Oh, man. When you
You'll
think you
find
know
his ass.
somebody.
Find his ass.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
All she gotta do is go on a dating app and find him.
Silver foxes.
Silver fox. By the time she get out, she could be old as hell.
yeah, you gotta get a.
80 years
But she's,
old.
why? Before she make bail, while she's in custody, you gotta go get a U-Haul truck and just go home and move all your shit, and you'll be gone by the time she get out.
Jesse kind of hard headed. Jesse gonna stay there. Like ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, he gonna get lit up. So yeah.
I be gone. Get that U-Haul, be gone. You gonna come home to an empty house.
Shoot.
But all right, we'll go ahead. This was a fun topic. We'll go ahead and close it out. So we'll go around and get everybody's outros and where we can find you at.
Hey,
So
look,
Manic, we'll start with you. Oh, go ahead, Taj.
I wanna I just got this joke. It's a dad joke though. I wanna see if y'all laugh about it. Did you hear about the female rapper who only battled during her menstrual cycle?
Mm-mm.
She had a heavy flow.
Oh fuck, here it is.
Heavy flow.
Man, why you gonna ruin the joke?
I was trying to guess the joke. I thought that was the point.
Yeah, that was
That was
obvious.
the point.
Heavy flow.
I thought it was funny. I just got the I thought it was funny.
We appreciate the joke, Taj. Manic, killed the joke.
My bad. I
Manic,
thought-
you're
I thought
supposed
we
to act
tried
like you don't know.
Bro.
No, I didn't know. I've never heard that joke before.
Oh shit, well, shit.
Damn.
You got
It was
it.
just obvious though. It was
I'm a
obvious,
genius though. Look, it's in my name. Look,
He's
it
Manic
says
Genius though.
Manic
Manic Genius.
Genius. I'm a genius, so I can figure things
If
out.
he
pretty
rap,
quickly.
if he writes songs though.
Oh, man, get out! You farting on people? Get out of here!
So Manic, did you just do that to be an asshole? I think you kind of did that on purpose, man. I think you knew that one.
No, I've never heard that joke and never even thought
never
about
heard
that
that
joke.
joke
But
Get on
Taj probably sat up all day like putting it together. He was like, "How am I going to introduce this joke?" He probably worked it out.
It was obvious, bro.
You got introduced it to the show tonight.
Because I never.
Yeah,
You got stuff in your mouth.
he's probably in the mirror, like, "Okay, this is how I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to introduce the joke. I'm going to do it at this time." And man just hit it on it.
Look at his mouth. What is
That was a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
joke. It was a good joke because I got it. So
Yeah.
But all right, so Manic, where can we find you out of? Any outtakes? Anything we missed?
you can find me on your local dating apps. No, I'm just playing. You can find me on IG,
Silverfox.com.
silverfox.com. Black people meet, farmers only, elite singles.
So you could be on. Damn, okay.
Yeah, Asians only.
State Farm office.
What other ones? Are there?
Okay, Cupid.
Okay.
But all right, Taj, where can we find you at?
Craigslist.
Everybody can follow me on Instagram. You guys stupid, man.
That's so
That's
hard.
fun.
All them damn reptiles.
Find them on Craigslist.
National Geographic.
Animal Planet.
That's right. Catch up on Discovery Channel and shit.
I'm done with y'all.
Any
Y'all can
animal
follow me on
documentary.
IG at Sagacious Taj.
It's at eatanimals.com.
Hey, he gonna bring that iguana on the date.
Dragon 3.
But all right, Jesse, where your outros? Where can we find you at? Or any outtakes?
Man, you can find me on Instagram, Jessie _ the Barber _ Morris _ you can find me on TikTok. Not really active on Snapchat much, but Facebook. But you can also find me in person at Kingdom Barber Lounge in Spotsylvania, Virginia, 7128 Salem Fields Boulevard. You can book with me on Vergaro, kingdombarberlounge.com. So you can find me, come get that fresh fade, sharp lineup. Hey, that's where you can find me in the trap.
All right. And I got to get your information so I can put it at the bottom of the videos and stuff. So I'll make sure I add that in. All right, CLS.
I bet.
Oh yeah, you can find me TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. This is CLS.
All right. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tune in to our other shows or the episodes that we drop, from like the after work conversations, also the movie reviews that we've been putting out. And again, if you guys have any topics y'all want us to cover or any movies y'all want us to review, please hit us up. So, all right. Thank you.